Hi, everyone. Hope you are doing well. We are taking it back to YouTube this time to do our Women Crush Wednesday recap series that we have done in the past, tried on Instagram, and I missed Renee's face and I want to see her. And speaking of her, I want to throw it over to her to introduce herself tonight for our new followers.
Hey girl, yes. So I'm wearing my Crushin' Shirt It tonight. That's good.
Shirt it.
Because we are obviously crushing it with the technology. But the show must go on. So thank you guys for bearing with us and welcome if you're new to the Red Bra Project. But Shawna and I are going to go through what we do is we call it a Red Bra recap. And what we do is we go through and we give you the past few episodes and we give you little snippets of it so that way you know maybe what you want to tune into if you missed or who you want to get the full scoop on. So this recap is basically kind of like our summer I can't speak tonight, our summer sizzler recap.
It is I like that, summer sizzler. So we are recapping episodes 36 to 41, which feels like a lifetime ago for some of them, but I think the summer just went that quickly. And I forget that May was not that long ago, but in some ways feels that way.
It does. It's been a great summer, and we've had some amazing guests. So jumping right into episode number 36, we got to sit down with the incredible Lisa Michelle, who is an aircraft mechanical engineer. So she joined us from Ontario, Canada. So we kind of jumped out of the States for a little bit. So it's always fun to go to a different country with our guests. But Lisa got to sit down and share with us a little bit about what it's like to be a female in her industry. So she represents, it's about 4 to 6% of females in aviation. So she talks about her career, how it began as a flight attendant. And the one day that she was chatting with some aircraft mechanics on her flights and they invited her to come and job shadow them for the day, she instantly fell in love. And so she takes us through what it's like kind of working in a male-dominated field. Her Instagram is at Lipstick Aviation, which is absolutely inspiring. So you guys hop on over there, check out her Instagram. You can go to our Red Bra Project, either our Instagram or our website. We have the full blog post and her episode, but I wanted to share something with you. So she talks about a lot about her journey and kind of, and Shawna, you were there with us. I know you were missing for a couple, so we had a couple guest co-hosts and things like that. But you remember how she took us through and she was talking about kind of what it was like to just put herself out there. And she just is the one that just does it and then kind of explains it afterwards. And there's women that are just like, how did you get in this field? How is the fear not stopping you?
Yeah, I mean, and that's part of why I love this recap because I missed it. And I thought she was such an inspiring guest. And I'm sad that I wasn't there. I mean, to have one of our guests rap how they do the safety of of a flight attendant speech. I mean, I feel like I really missed out with her just for her personality, but also just for the impact she has of facing that fear front on and dealing with whatever comes of it later.
Oh gosh, you're so right though about the rapping. So yeah, she gave us like a Red Bra first. She rapped with us, which was so fun. Yeah.
I feel like every time I fly now, I'm like, I'm gonna like say that in my head. I know where my flotation device is.
Yeah, it's so true. And you know what? She had more people actually listening to her when she would rap, because it's safety. So we're all like, but we should be really tuned in as it's super important. But no, fantastic guest, guys. And I was going to share just a little snippet with you that she said to us. So Lisa shares the thing that women need to understand is that it's great to have someone take you under their wing, but you don't need to. You can soar on your own and it's perfectly okay. There are many women who are fully capable of doing it their own way, and there are some who prefer to be under another's wing. Either way is totally fine. And each path can take you to the same end result. There's nothing wrong with whichever path you decide to take.
That's beautiful.
I know.
Yeah, I'm sad that I missed her. I hope that people are following her. She is all over Instagram every day. I'm amazed by her ability to be a pilot and have such an upkeep on social media too. So I appreciate what she's doing to empower women.
Absolutely. She's pretty awesome. So we missed you too. You're always with us though.
Well, thank you. Well, moving on to episode 37, a very familiar face of ours. I'm the co-creator of the Red Brow Project, the beautiful woman to my left. I don't know how this comes on the screen, but currently it's my left. Renee took a very vulnerable moment and shared with us your story of LASIK eye surgery. And that was something that you haven't really shared with many people. And I feel honored that you chose to share it with our audience and with me hosting that night, and just really retelling the events that you had to go through from the initial stages of researching it to actually having the procedure done, and then the after effects of basically not being able to see and trying to navigate the world without feeling frustrated or litigious or all of these emotions that you were feeling, and finding ways to get out of bed every day. And if our audience has not tuned in at this point, that episode 37, I mean, you have to watch, because I just think your tell is so important. And it really, it humanizes you in just such an important light, being that vulnerable and sharing with us. I don't know if you want to add anything about your own story. I know it was difficult for you to turn the tables.
Yeah, it's always awkward being on the other side, isn't it? But thank you. No, I couldn't have done it without either kind of leading the way and just, being by my side as I shared. And it's just such an important story to share, just because there are more LASIK complications than I think people are aware of until it happens to them. So that was what was really important to me, was to provide that information to people out there considering LASIK, and to know that my door is open if anybody has any questions. And it was one of those things where, yeah, now I'm on the other side of the journey right now, but it took over 2 years to get over there. And I talk about the troubleshooting and the challenges and things like that, which it's incredible how strong you get with what you go through, which I know you can relate to. And many of our guests talk about that being their red bra moment, is they realize how strong you are when you're going through something. So anyway, doors open.
If you have watched the episode, I encourage you then, if you've not read the blog post, to head over there. Renee shares even more than we were able to capture in that short YouTube weekly Woman Wednesday, the episode that we have. And it's so important. Like she said, you always hear the highlights, and it's important for other people to know that they're not alone in their struggles. So thank you for sharing.
You bet. You bet. So episode number 38. Oh gosh, I loved this one. Had a blast with Sarah Ford.
Like, I feel like I'm still laughing from it.
I know. Wait. Oh, actually, we need some backup microphones tonight. Sarah, can you help us? Because
right?
Sarah, yeah. So Sarah,
karaoke.
Sarah's our sweet, sassy Southern girl from the South, and she is a victims' right attorney. And she sat down and shared with us a little bit about her life. So she is a lawyer by career. She is a blogger, confidence diva by choice, and she's just empowering women through being her true self. Her Instagram page is kind of like her creative outlet. And you guys, she is so genuine, just so, the things that she says, I mean, we frequently repost. So if you don't follow her already, go over there and check her out. She shares about how she is a lawyer today, but she couldn't be where she is without giving what she went through, which was something very, very personal and vulnerable as well. And so she is proud to stand with the woman who she represents today. So Sarah, you're awesome. And then she, talks about how not everything's always cupcakes and sprinkles. So she's like, you got to wash it down with some karaoke and champagne.
And it has a studio in her house.
I know.
I feel like she could rent it out for parties and stuff.
Yeah, I know. I mean, and I was thinking, I'm like, we were this close to getting her to do a little karaoke with us too.
Yeah. Not quite a red bra first, but we were almost there.
I know. Although this would be awful on karaoke, so I'll try and save that for you guys.
No trio yet.
No trio. But yeah, Sarah's amazing. So head on over there. Again, you can get the full blog if you'd rather read through. The link to the full YouTube episode is right in there as well. But she is amazing and will have you laughing. She's like, just lifts your spirit up in the middle of the day. So if you need to pick me up during the day, head to Sarah's Instagram page. Take a look at it.
Sarah was wonderful. Moving on to episode 39, Rachel Barker. I mean, I feel like I have a friend for life in this incredible woman. I've fallen in love. I can't wait to hear. Yesterday was the Pink event. It was September 14th. We are today, or not yesterday, because we're filming this. I don't know when we're airing this. I may have just screwed that up.
Okay, no.
Yesterday, September 14th, was the Pink event. This is filmed live, so for
Yeah,
all of
guys,
you out there.
like Shawna says, we hit record, and as many of you know, because you have bumbled through our technical difficulties, sometimes when I'm in a public space and people walk in, it's crazy. Shawna can be traveling or in her car sometime. So we like to hit one and be done because we like to keep it as real and authentic as always. But we found that Zoom was the best platform to get all of our people together on. So that's what we mean by recording. Go ahead, girl.
Sorry about that. Anyways,
Sure,
back to the fantastic Rachel. The Pink event is the perfect you nobody knows. It happened yesterday, September 14th. I cannot wait to find out from her. I want like a follow-up episode of just how this whole event went. Maybe we do a little snippet on Instagram for you guys. I'm so inspired by her story of really, she calls it stepping out of the cage and just putting that past behind you, but also learning from it. And she's grown so much in what she shares and the beautiful family that she has. And it's just, again, I feel like I have a friend for life in this woman. She raises me up now on days that I don't even know that I need it. I get a little Instagram story smiley face from her, and I'm like, thank you. I needed that. Renee, I know you actually, I think first talked to Rachel before we even aired, and feel a very similar vibe for her.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like an instant connection, and yeah, her event, we were watching her Insta stories and things like that this weekend, and it looked like it was amazing. But I love your idea about chatting with her again to get the post event kind of recap. And how fun is that acronym, PINK?
Oh, I know, right? And you were in full support that night, wearing pink in honor of the event. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of a nerd. I like to dress quite up.
No, it was a good color on you.
But yeah, no, Rachel is incredible, and she has a long history of being a speaker and author and sharing her own personal struggle and story. Because you just don't get somewhere by falling over and waking up there one day. So it takes a lot of kind of what you go through. So yeah,
I love
awesome,
it. I
awesome,
don't know what just happened behind you, but it was the coolest effect.
awesome. We'll go with that. All right. So episode number 40. Yes, 40. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we turned it up with Tansy. So Tansy was episode number 40. She is from Detroit, Michigan. You can follow her at Turn Up with Tansy. But she's incredible. She's creating this movement. And so we had a lot of Red Brothers here that night. So um, Tansy was a referral from one of our very first guests, Megan. So
Yeah.
awesome, awesome episode with Megan. She talked about her personal kind of journey with Lyme disease and, how she gets through and kind of how she found out. And it's just fantastic. And she's incredible. So she hooked us up with one of her friends, and she's like, I got to put both of you girls, all of you girls together. You guys go look at each other's account, see if you want to be friends, and go from there. We took one look and we're like, hi, Tansy, could we highlight you? So we got together with Tansy, and then Shawna had other obligations. So we had our first co-host that night with one of our other guests,
So
Lindsay.
cool.
Had a blast. So whoop whoop. So Tansy is creating this whole cool movement through dance fitness. And Tansy's story, she takes us through a lot of really, she opens up about her genuine first. So how she started from the very beginning. So she was initially a school teacher. However, she has what's now, I want to call it like, she's not just sculpting like your booty or her booty and body and everything like that, but it's more about your mind, your heart, your soul. And she's creating this incredible empowering movement where she has women, anybody can join her, but it's empowering women through dance, through fitness, through a very supportive community. So it's just phenomenal. And she has a squad called the Turn Up Squad. So when you join and you can do these workouts and you do them online and you have the support of each other, you're a Turn Up Squad girl. And Tansy was actually getting ready for her first Turn Up Squad convention. So it was a room packed full of like high intensity energy, super positive vibes. And it looked like it was phenomenal. But she is now doing another first. So she's teaching instructors across the country to become a Turn Up Squad instructor. So she's hosting classes all across the country. We have the link on our Underwire link, our event page, that talks about where you can go to join her if this might be something you're interested in.
Yeah, I'm sad I missed it. She's so incredible. I mean, to read any testimonials about any of the people on her squad too, that just the respect they have for her, it just you can tell that she's doing something she loves, but she's also motivating other people to really feel good about themselves. And I think that that is what's so beautiful about her is the impact she's having positively with all these other women. So
Yeah, I
sad that
absolutely.
I missed it, but so many firsts that night.
There was, but you know what? You catch up with it right along, and you're here supporting us, and so I mean, it's fantastic. So, yes, guys, head on over to Turn Up with Tansy. Kind of, you can feel her vibe the second you watch one of her Instagram stories. But the girl's amazing. The woman is incredible. So she's doing cool things out there. But we are so honored to have all of the guests we talked about with us this summer.
Yeah. Our last guest was just this past week, episode 41, Chelsea Culbertson. What a beautiful story of just self love and really coming to acceptance with who you are as a person and not letting society impact what you think about yourself or really letting anyone else be a naysayer on how you feel about your body. And so Chelsea really walked us through the journey of her ups and downs with weight, and that even when she got to a remarkably low weight, it still wasn't enough for her and she still wasn't happy. And so that's when she realized that it wasn't about the weight at all, and it was really about her mind. And so I think this beautiful story that she shares with us just about really finding the way to have self-love, to look in the mirror and say, I'm enough, I love these parts of me, I love this. And she expressed to us that it's a daily battle, that there are some days where she doesn't want to recite that mantra, but she knows that it's important for her mind to make sure that that's happening. And we discussed her family, her husband's support, her daughter. And so I feel honored that, I mean, I say that for everyone, but I just feel honored that we have these women share these vulnerable stories with us and really open up. And one thing that we talked about with her and she ended up saying was her red bra moment was just all of these women coming together in bathing suits, which we all know, ugh, I mean, but maybe we shouldn't, is what she's teaching us. And this amazing photo shoot of everybody just having fun and accepting one another for who they are as a person and not caring what they look like in that suit. And you can just feel the genuine happiness on that beach in those photos. So if you haven't checked it out, she is at Choosing Chelsea over at Instagram, and her page is remarkable. I encourage you to go over there and really just start your first lesson in self-love.
Yeah, yeah, she was so fun, just so radiant. I can't think of another word that comes to mind first, but you could just feel the warmth and just kind of the positivity, and she was fantastic. So,
Yeah. That is 36 to 41. I can't believe that we ran through them that quickly, but also just that we are moving on to episode 42 already of our next guest.
I know.
So it's we say this all the time. We are consistently looking for other women to feature. We can't do this without all of you. Like Renee shared tonight, Megan is who recommended, a guest to us. And that's how this will all get going, is everybody doing word of mouth and grassroots here. Everybody keep sending those names over to us. Or if you want to be featured yourself, have that self-love and send us your name. We're happy to talk to you about your story and what it involves being on the Red Bra Project.
Yeah, absolutely. So we love to showcase all kinds of different stories. There's not any story too big or too small, we say. And so we do have the capacity to go international. So definitely nominate yourself or nominate another woman who you want to raise up and highlight. So thank you guys all for joining us. Shauna, it was awesome to see you tonight.
You as well.
We hope that you guys all crush it this week.
I love it.
Thank you guys for joining us. To get the full episodes, head on over to at the Red Bra Project on Instagram or the redbraproject.com. You can find the blog post, YouTube, event lineup, all kinds of great stuff. So you guys have a great week. Make sure to subscribe for your reminders. Give us a thumbs up if you liked what you heard here. And yeah, keep on doing it. See you guys.
Keep on crushing it.
There you go. Bye.